Today is November 17th, 6 p.m. in the Wolfeboro Public Library. And this is the meeting of the Wolfeboro Budget Committee. And tonight we're going to see and hear from a few agency grants, Parks and Recreation Department, Park Whaling Fund, Libby Museum, and then any other business. We're going to talk about the rules and procedures for the Budget Committee. If you'll join me in pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Who wants to start?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Now I'll open it up to public comment.
Do I need to have a microphone or do anything or just talk?
We can hear you.
Okay, great. You all should be in receipt of at least one.
Can you stand up and speak right up so we can hear you down here?
Sure, okay. I'm Charlene Seibel. I remembered to state my name, yay. I struggled with that at the select board meeting. You should all be in possession of an email I had forwarded to you earlier today, and I hope you've had a chance to review the attached screenshots. I realize the discussion of the $900,000 2026 proposal for town road upgrades. I know that's not on the agenda tonight. However, I wanted to be here to have go on the record some of my concerns, and it's my understanding that this is going to be a warrant article, and I would like to urge this committee to seriously consider cutting at least $250,000 from that proposed warrant article. I haven't seen the warrant article yet, but Mr. Pinio, thank you for sharing that was going to be a warrant article. I have asked the Director of Public Works a number of things in a 91A request. I have received some of those asks. I have yet to receive the line item breakdown of what he claims will be an $80,000 cost to pave the remainder of Trask Mountain Road. And as I have explained in my email, I believe, given the current circumstances in our economy, the fact that this town desperately wants to have a sustainable, operable town ambulance service, and the fact that a number of people are concerned about the Libby Museum and the lack of town support, town government support for the Libby Museum, I think that that money would be much better utilized for those two items. I would also like to say that I would like to remind all of you, some of you may be newer to town and may not be thoroughly informed about the historic district, specifically North Wolfeboro. Trask Mountain Road is over 300 years old. I don't know how old Beach Pond Road is, but given the fact that thousands of your constituents have already received notifications of the exorbitant increase in their health insurance premiums, the fact that groceries are ridiculous, the fact that there are so many other things in this town that need our attention, it seems to me, as I expressed in my email, not only is it an ill-conceived and fiscally irresponsible item to be asking us to pay for, given the fact that we are 2 years now having default budgets, I really think that to do everything that is needed in terms of what the Wolfeboro Waters Committee said was needed, because their support for this was based on protecting our waters. And yet, if you looked at the exclusions in the agreement that the town of Wolfeboro, the Director of Public Works, made with Stantec, clearly that was not a consideration. As a matter of fact, all of those kinds of considerations were actually excluded from the scope of the project. I find that shocking and disingenuous. The whole process has been shrouded in secrecy. None of the abutters have been notified to date. At least I haven't, and I own close to 600 feet of frontage on Trask Mountain Road. The community of North Wolfeboro doesn't, the majority of the community does not want this. And I have serious concerns about where this impetus came from, why now, and why has the community not been notified? As was when I mentioned task 3 and task 4, we have not been, there's been no community meeting about this. And I really believe that when all is said and done, you're looking at least $125,000 per road. Because if we follow what the Wolfeboro Waters Committee stated, in spite of the fact that one of the members provided conflicting information, I think it will be pretty obvious that this is an ask that the town of Wolfeboro doesn't need and can't afford. And I think that you folks would be doing a great service to the community, as well as ensuring the likelihood of your warrant articles or that specific one to pass. If you took out paving Trask Mountain Road, and if you took out paving Beach Pond Road, and reduced that item, and I know it's, as I said, it's not on the agenda tonight. This is something to think about. Mr. Pinio and Mr. Randall have invited me to meet with them, but I have opened that up to a number of community members who are very interested in stopping this project. Thank you.
Excuse me, one question, Shirley.
Yes.
How long is Trask Mountain Road, and is the whole road a scenic road as defined by the RSA's?
Yes, sir, it is. I don't know exactly how long it is. I know from reading the documents that Mr. Randall gave me in terms of, I guess, the original agreement with Stantec, they were saying 6,000 feet. I don't own one of those cute little wheelie measuring thingies,
Yeah.
but I know that at least my portion of the frontage is around 600 feet, and that's based on my odometer reading.
Okay. So is that the total Trask Road, upper Trask Road?
No, Upper Trask Mountain is already paved.
Okay.
It's a private road, and the portion that I'm referring to goes, there's currently a paved section that extends from Diamond's Corner to just past Jeff Marchand's driveway, which probably means nothing to you, but
No, I know exactly what you're talking.
okay. So the pavement ends just short of Berkowitz's driveway.
Right.
And then it's gravel road all the way up to the top. And then at the crest, there is the beginning of a Class 6 road.
Okay.
And I just realized a few days ago, and I think I copied you, Mr. Pinio, on, excuse me, I'm out of breath. I think I copied you on the work orders I've requested of Mr. Randall, because sometime, I don't know when, I just discovered it a few days ago, I was trying to clock my approximate frontage, and when I went up to the top, I saw that the town sign that designates the remainder of the road that extends all the way to Browns Ridge Road on the other side of Trask Mountain, the sign that designates it as a Class 6 road was down completely and in the ditch. Furthermore, the gateway, the gate posts and the swing gate that have been there for decades have disappeared. And I've been told by Mr. Randall that the Wolfeboro Department of Public Works did not remove the posts in the gate. And one of our residents, Ken Perry, who's knowledgeable of it, also knowledgeable of the history, stated that that was installed decades ago as part of an agreement with a large property owner. And so someone illegally removed the posts and the gate without authorization. So at the crest, that's where the pavement ends. And then Trask Mountain continues over the hill, over the top of the mountain, down to Browns Ridge Road as a Class 6 road.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sherman, I just got one quick question for
Sure.
you. I don't think at our level we can cut the warrant article by 200,000. I think that would have to be done at the meeting at the town hall, the deliberative session, where you can make a motion to cut it. I don't think we have the authority to latch off 200,000.
I thought that every warrant article that appears on the ballots, does it not have a place where it shows how the budget committee voted and how the board of select board voted?
Right, we'd have to vote as a committee or whatever to say, we don't agree with this 900,000.
So you have no other purview over the budget other than,
Not on the warrant articles.
It's yes or no on the warrant articles
Yeah.
as they stand. We can't adjust them.
okay,
That
I
has-
can do that. I'm happy to do
That has to be done at another level.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that the likelihood of that particular warrant article, given the controversy about paving North Wolfeboro Road without input from the majority of the citizens, and the fact that the majority of the North Wolfeboro area residents are opposed to it, I think it's going to put the $900,000 warrant article in serious jeopardy.
Right.
So whatever you can do, I'm just asking for you to take a look at what you're going to do in terms of the budget, and if the select board insists on moving forward with this, then I would certainly ask you to please vote against that, not approve that. Because, as I said, this is something that the majority of the community doesn't want. I do not know where this, I'm trying to be polite, cockamamie idea originated. And I find it astounding. I can't imagine it makes me very sad to now know that there are powers that be who are so willing to disrespect our historic areas. First it's the Libby Museum, it's Trask Mountain Road now. I'm appalled and very disappointed. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thanks, Shelley.
Mr. Bell.
For the record, I'd just like to note that we did not stifle the 3-minute rule, that it is now about at least 11 or so minutes that we've had this discussion, and we have not stopped anybody, and you have not stopped anybody
I
Thank you.
from
appreciate
speaking.
that too. Thank you.
Anyone else in the public? Okay, seeing them, we'll move on. We're going to finish up our 2026 agencies. We got here, Meals on Wheels, Northern Human Services. Meals on Wheels? Meals on Wheels, yeah. Come on up, sir. If you want to bring your chair up, that'll be good too. It's up to you. How are you tonight, sir?
Good evening. How's everybody tonight?
Better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Kurt Rossler, representing Wolfeboro Area Meals on Wheels, on our request for level funding of $7,500 for fiscal year 2026. Meals on Wheels delivers hot, nutritious meals 5 days a week to the residents of Wolfeboro, Tuftonboro, and Brookfield. We delivered over 11,341 meals to Wolfeboro last year. Wolfeboro accounts for almost 74% of the meals that we deliver daily.
Most of your group is all volunteer, isn't it?
We have 2 employees that work 4 Meals on Wheels, and the rest of the group, the drivers, are all volunteer, yes.
Do you have any qualifications that you can apply for it, or is it open for everybody?
So the only qualification is that you're unable to procure a hot meal for yourself.
Okay.
Whether there's not an age qualification, it could be for many different reasons that you're not able to get out, get your own food, or you're not able to prepare it in your own home safely.
My mom was on that. You guys do a great job getting everything out.
Thank you. It also does safety checks on our community. There's oftentimes we found things not so safe, and we'll report that to the proper people.
Okay.
And and it's also a interaction with the people that they have with the volunteers daily to sit and talk with them for a few minutes as they bring the meals in.
Any other questions for Meals on Wheels?
Great service.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Great service.
A little more room for you.
Northern Human Services. Anybody heard from?
I'm a CASA.
Okay, Northern Human Services.
Oh, nope, sorry.
You'll be up pretty quick though, I think. Anybody from Northern Human Services? Leanne, what are they, how much are they asking for? I gotta look at my packet.
Yeah, I think, here it is. So for the 2026 budget year, in spite of rising costs, we are requesting level funding in the amount of $7,449.
That's been level funded for probably, what, 5, 8 years?
Has anybody received any correspondence? Were they notified of this meeting tonight?
Yes, they were.
Did anybody watch them at the select board meeting?
Pardon, Buck?
Did anybody else watch them at the select board meeting when they gave their presentation?
We did.
I know, you two did. Did you wanna, I mean, I watched it, and Suzanne, you watched it.
Go ahead.
Do you wanna,
No, why don't you?
oh, that's Brian's job. It's in our rules and procedures, it's Brian's job.
Brian, it's in the rules and procedures.
So, we approve their funding as we have every year in the past. We look at everything closely. We have all their financials, and they're asking for level funding, and I don't see any reason why we would change anything that we've done in the past. I know you don't always do things the same, but
One quick question, were they in the joint meeting that we went to?
no, they had missed it.
That's
why
okay,
you
that's
didn't
why,
see it.
because I
think this,
was at that meeting, and
Yeah, I think this organization is far remote, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, didn't they dial in?
They did.
They dialed in, so they may have assumed that they were gonna get a dial-in here tonight.
Oh, okay.
No, I spoke with them directly.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did?
okay.
We have no objection.
Yeah. I will say that they have over 170 clients from our area. Most of them are our young teenagers or just have become young adults. And I will say that just within the age group that my child's in, I know that many of his friends and many of the children who graduated with him have used them for services, and they are doing they're doing a remarkable job in our community, and I know they've been there for a lot of our children who have needed mental health services. So I can say just without them here that I think that this is an important and needed group in our community.
And all the agencies that we support, if you look at how much we support to them, they provide services 2, 3, 4, 8, 10-fold in the dollar values that we donate, because they use donations from other, avenues to support our town's needs. So we look at things closely, and we make sure that,
Money well spent.
that it's money well spent.
Good work.
Okay, does someone want to make a motion that waives Knowledge Human Services from appearing before us?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, Casa.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry, I only brought 10. I just counted and there's 12 of you. I did bring our annual report, but we
I already have one, and
I
he
got
already
one,
has
too.
You
it.
have one? Oh,
So,
sweet.
just
So
a minute.
everybody else can take one then. Now I have enough. My name is Tara Bergeron. I'm the Development Associate for CASA of New Hampshire. We're requesting level funding at $2,000. We greatly appreciate the support from the town of Wolfeboro. We currently have 34 kiddos from Wolfeboro that have a volunteer advocate speaking on behalf of their best interest in court, and with your support, we can keep doing that. Are there any questions? What's that?
These aren't all the advocates.
No, we have over 600 advocates for the state. There's 11 from the town of Wolfeboro. If we need more advocates to serve on the cases, they come from outside towns.
Bob, do you have a question?
I didn't, but I will make only one comment. The Budget Committee in the town will probably approve this, no doubt, but I already have individually, so
Thank
I'm a
you.
great believer in passing.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the support.
Any other questions?
Hey, you could buy your Christmas cards.
Oh, excellent. We love doing the Christmas cards
Yeah.
every year. It's so
Yeah.
much fun when we get to put new ones up.
Any questions? Seeing none, okay, thank you for coming in, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Thank you.
Have a great evening. Okay.
I'm gonna go get Christine.
So in front of you, you've got a packet. I talked with the chairman briefly. It's gonna be kind of difficult to go over it tonight. We don't have good projection in here. So we'll go through this on Thursday evening. And I can hopefully answer questions for you as we go through it on Thursday.
Thank you, John. We're just ready for, excuse me, Christine to get
Yeah,
here.
Christine and Bo are coming in now.
Can I give this back to you so I don't
More
waste
than
money?
that.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
I have to break in. Watching it. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the Parks and Rec crowd.
Where?
It's here.
I think it's
here.
here, is it public?
No, we're public
Safety
safety.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're public safety.
That's the fire.
Yeah.
Oh, because the ZBA's moving, I got nervous.
Okay, as soon as everyone gets settled in, we'll start with Parks and Rec and Administration.
Sorry, I take up a lot of room here apparently.
My partner over here is
Sorry.
So the Parks and Rec Administration for 2026, $318,542, an increase over 2025 of $41,102 or 14.8%. One of the main reasons for this large increase, what was it, Christine, 2 years ago, we transitioned a part-time employee to full-time, and that was a lot of the increase that got backed out every year. And then obviously wage adjustments for the non-union staff. And part of this as well at one point had the Parks and Rec Pop Whalen director was broke out partially in this at one point, was he not?
It was broken up in Abenaki and Pop, but
Abenaki
then
and Pop,
we
okay.
transferred it to this one.
So, that's a quick summary of the budget. Christine will be able to answer specific questions that you have.
I have a question,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chairman. And I guess you may have just answered it, but I noticed the budget of 161,000 on the approved select board budget vis-à-vis the 121,000 that you requested. I'm just wondering what's the big change?
So statistically, historically what's happened is the department heads don't touch that front page. It usually is the finance director that adjusts the wages for any full-time or union employees. So I didn't actually touch that page when I submitted my budget. That's why, because that's systematic. So I didn't make any of those adjustments. I think it had the
So the
previous
department
years.
head budget that's on here is not of your doing?
Not
what
for
I'm
the
hearing?
not for the wages. I typically don't touch that when it's union or full-time people. I only touch the part-time wages.
I'm just looking at the supervisory salaries.
Mhm.
That's all I'm questioning. The 32.44% increase seems a little bit much. I'm just wondering if something has been shifted around.
Well, that was Bo, because we had, he took over Abenaki as well as the assistant director.
Okay, so there's been some allocation.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
not a bottom line number, it's just within the budget.
Switching, yeah,
so-
'cause it wasn't
Okay, all right,
Abenaki.
that answers my question, thank you.
No increase in number of full-time people, right?
No.
So that's zero.
Okay, any other questions on the 100 series?
I just have a weird one. What is the length of service stipend?
It's how many years you've been employed. I think it goes with the union contract. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
What is it, Jim? 5, 10, 15, 20, or how does it
I
go?
think it got changed to 3.
Okay,
I can provide you a copy of what the matrix is
yeah.
for the union
What, like
personnel.
$500 or, you know, with the,
I think it's 3 up to 25, 300 up to 2,500.
okay, thank you. Okay, 200 series,
Are we doing that now, or are we gonna do that?
yeah, 200 series.
No, I mean, are we going through the whole thing that way, or are we just going to,
We're gonna go
normally
through it.
we talk, and then we do that when we review the budget?
We're gonna go through each series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna do it again when we review the budget?
No, any adjustments you wanna make, you probably wanna try to make tonight. That's the way we've usually been doing it.
No, we usually revisit it, and we have an overall day
We'll do
where
that
we-
too.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
just
do it.
making sure.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do it all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 200 series, 300 series.
One quick question.
Yes,
please,
sir.
On communications. I noticed that the department head requested $2,100 and the select board went to 0.
Yeah, so that actually was done at my level. If you remember, for 2 years, we've been trying to back the telephones out into a standalone communications where they're voice over internet protocol now. So we have not, as a result of that, been able to make that transition with the 2 default budgets. So that line item has still been there. That's why you see it there.
Gotcha.
And you will see in the finance budget an impact for those increases related to the phone
So
lines.
if this budget passes, we will no longer see the communication line in the Parks and Rec Department, is that what I'm hearing?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Okay, 400 series. Jim, on the insurance, so all the vehicle insurance and stuff is gonna be part of that big package of insurance?
Yeah, that's all part of the property and liability insurance.
Everything is in that one package?
So there's 2 separate packages. There's a package for personnel administration. That personnel administration is for healthcare, dental, workers' comp, short and long-term disability. And then there is a standalone line item for property and liability insurance.
Okay.
I want to say it's 230,000
Okay.
and some change for property and liability. The only place that'll be different is you will see property and liability in Abenaki because they have a different standalone policy for insurance purposes, and the enterprise funds have their property and liability insurance line
okay.
funded in their budgets.
Thank you. 400 series, 500 series. Christine, why did you ask for so much in the dues and subscriptions? And you only got $1,000.
Why did I ask for
Yeah,
so
well,
much?
is this something you wanted to do, or that you?
Yeah, those were for, it was actually cut down.
So that again is a legacy issue with the rec desk software that we've been trying to pull out into the IT budget.
Yeah.
And it keeps falling back with the default budget.
Okay.
So if the budget passes, that lands in the software packages under IT, and that's for $5,800. So that's
Okay.
why you see the big reduction.
Thank you. 600 series. $700. 800. That's it for, yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
think there's just a little math error, unless I'm reading it wrong. The travel and meetings, I think the furniture, the $750 should be $100. And travel and meetings accommodation should be $1,000 now, and 820 should be $745. And so the 800 series total would be 1,745.
Which it is.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
You're looking at the budget online? Is it?
Yeah.
Are you in the backup?
I'm trying to
though?
use this, so
Yeah.
the Board of Selectmen update may not be here.
Yeah, you have to look at the backup.
Okay.
I mean, the
Yeah, it's there.
printout.
Report.
Okay. Sorry. Just
That's okay. Glad you picked it up.
So can I just go back to one question with
Certainly,
salaries?
Bobby.
So supervisor salaries, I'm not understanding this, because when Chuck was doing it, he was 50-50, so he was 50 for the enterprise fund, 50% for Abenaki. But Bo was already in there. So when I look at this and you're saying we're adding back in, could you help me with that? I'm confused by that.
I misspoke, first of all. Let me clarify that. I misspoke. Chuck was not in the admin. Chuck was in
Abenaki.
Pop Whalen and Abenaki.
Yes.
So I misspoke about that.
Oh,
So
okay.
This is administration. He was
Okay.
never in this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying. Thanks.
Okay, we all set with administration?
Parks maintenance, proposed budget, $315,037, an increase over 2025 of $24,648 or 8.5%. I would just note, one of our long-term employees, Jim Ponis, retired last week. He was our foreman. He's left us to enjoy retirement. We have an internal promotion taking place.
How many years was he employed?
8 for the
With
town.
Abenaki?
No, for the town, 2 years.
With Abenaki, 2 years,
2 years.
long term.
Well, right now it is, quite frankly.
You're a man,
Okay, so there is your parks maintenance budget, 4 full-time employees.
So is this when I can ask if Scott is taking over that position?
He has, yes.
He's already taken it. Oh,
Yes.
great.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss him on Sundays, but great.
Jim, where did the person that retired, did he have a lot of leave time that we paid for?
No, based on the collective bargaining agreement, I believe it's 40 hours is what they receive when they leave.
Really? Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask one more question? So you had stated in a select board meeting that we weren't filling any of the roles. Will this be a position that,
So I'm meeting with Christine tomorrow to discuss filling the head count back to 4.
okay, thank you.
Okay, 100, 200, 300.
300.
Yes, sir.
The Foss Field water on and off procedure, can you just explain, is that blowing out the lines and then turning them back on in the spring? What procedure is that?
Yes.
And is that something that we ever have considered doing in-house?
I think we have worked with the water department for some things, but there's some things they can't do. That's why we have to hire a contractor. So they do assist with it, but they can't do everything.
Do you know what they can't do? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I could find out for you. I'm not
Okay.
entirely sure.
Thank you.
Jim, can you tell me how much we spent up to this year for pruning and landscape at Cape Park and also for tree maintenance and upkeep? Do you have that number?
Do you have a line item number, John?
380.
380,
So-
outside services.
Year-to-date, on line 380, as of the end of October, we spent $19,831.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to 400 series.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Line 440, rentals and leases. The 5-year average is 341. I'm just wondering where we are. I know that's small potatoes in the overall scheme of things, but it's still mighty oaks from small acorns grow. And I'm just wondering, 5-year average being 341, what's the 975? I mean, is that something that can't be?
Sometimes we luck out and we have people offer to let us use their tractor for free, so we've been benefiting there. We can't always depend on that, but that's probably why you're seeing the 5-year average, because we've had people offer to let us use their tractor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'll send the 400 series. Let's move to the 500 series.
The, sorry, 435.
Okay.
Can we go back? This is just for the building behind Pop Whalen, right?
Yes.
And do you know how often the septic is pumped out? Is that annually?
It's on a schedule, so it's usually once a year, if not twice. It just depends. They're on a schedule though.
Okay, and the heating system repairs, is that for something specific, like a known issue, or is that just a ongoing?
That one, there is a known issue with the freezing at the base of that. Is that right? Or what was that part? I don't even know.
We had an issue with the heat last year. They came out and fixed it.
But I guess the question
I'd have
is
to
it
check
going
on
to be an
that.
ongoing deal? Or?
No, it shouldn't be an ongoing deal with that. I mean, we do have issues with the building and the drainage because there wasn't a drain put in. So when the melting happens and the freezing,
Okay.
we do have an issue there.
Okay.
I can
So-
check on that. I'll check on that meeting.
On building maintenance in general, so the
Yeah.
5-year mean is $6,476.44, with a high in the 5 years of 12,300 change and a low of 2591, and it's going to be at 1820 by budget. So building maintenance in the town is something that I'm kind of paying attention to, and I'm wondering, is that enough in that line item to properly maintain the building, especially if you're talking about there being issues?
Fair question. Fair question.
Yeah. I will have to check on that heating repair thing.
Okay.
So there's the 4565 that you requested, is that real or is that not? And then when it took down to 1820, what's that gonna do? Is it gonna really hurt the issue, or is it gonna, or is that?
Well, you can't really, yeah, I mean, it's building maintenance, so if things come up, we're trying to fix the building, and sometimes I can't plan on things happening.
right.
We definitely know the septic pumping happens, but for the everyday fixes, it just depends on what's.
Okay, so this 1820 is kind of I hope this is the way it works.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay, let's move on.
of those this year.
I know.
Let's move on to 500 series, 600 series.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
line 660. Groundskeeping supplies. 5-year average of 1381, and we're looking at the, interestingly enough, your request was almost $1,000 less than what the select board ended up with. Can we address that one? I mean, if the 2378 is correct, I would make a motion to reduce that line item by $1,000 from the select board budget. Unless there's some reason why.
I think because we were working with that 2023 budget before, we didn't necessarily take over all the flowers. It was done through Highway before Dave Ford had retired, and then we kind of inherited the flowers around town. So that's why it was increased to that amount.
By the select board? They didn't increase it?
They reduced it by 500.
No, groundskeeping supplies.
Is that on the same
I'm
line?
looking at the.
650?
650, groundskeeping supplies. I'm looking at the department head budget request of 2378. The select board ran it up to 3350, and then that's what I'm questioning.
38, it says 3850. I'm checking my notes.
Next page. Select board meetings, 500.
I don't know.
But then 33.
Take a look at the next page.
Yeah, because then it's 500 out there.
I'm just looking at the overall
Well, this
budget
might
thing. I'm not
fall.
looking at the backup, I'm looking at the numbers.
Yeah. So I had that too, and unless there's a specific project that you're targeting, I was gonna make a motion to reduce that to 2,000.
No, I already made.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was gonna support Bob in his
You
motion.
can't do that.
What was your number?
Reducing the select board approved budget of 3350 by $1,000. Bring it down to 2350.
I don't see the 3350.
Page 7.
$500 off.
If you skip forward to page 7, John, and you look at
I know,
the,
but I'm going on this page here, 650, they have 3850.
Yeah.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what, I'm going by the budget number, and I'm
Yeah.
not going by the backup. And if
Oh,
there's a
okay, so
difference
it's
if
different
there's
in
a
there?
difference
That's
Yes,
nice.
there is a difference,
Okay.
but the true come to Jesus number is the one that's on the budget, and it's 3350.
Is it on this?
Okay, and do you have a second to that motion? You made the motion, Bob, right?
Yes. To reduce it by
How about
$1,000.
your- how about your friend over there? You got a
Justin
second?
already,
You gonna second
didn't
it,
you
Paul?
second it?
Second it.
There you go, thank you.
So,
2350 is the number.
You're tough.
Yes.
You don't know why
is
that
that the
is.
downtown
We missed it.
Yeah.
flowers?
Mm-hmm.
That's not
We missed it.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's the ones.
Okay, any more discussion on the
Yeah.
motion? Seeing none, hearing none, the motion is to reduce line 650 groundkeeping supplies to $2,350. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Just a point
Anything
of
else?
information,
Yes,
is that a
sir.
unanimous aye?
Aye.
We're still on 600.
I saw that.
I just checked.
She usually does a roll call, and I was like,
I was just
wait, that's not my name.
Just check.
Anything else on the 600 series?
680 safety equipment, based on the averages, I'd like to reduce that to 2,800.
Is there a second?
Second.
Open for discussion?
Second. What are you reducing it to? Sorry.
2,800.
On safety equipment?
Yeah. Unless there's,
Well, just some of that is in their contract that they, so I was just seeing if it would be enough to cover.
Now, where do you get that average from?
The 5-year average.
the 5-year is 2669 with a high of 3513 and a low of 1625.
Just a point of information, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
So you may want to go ahead and do whatever you want to do, but if that's a union obligation, we're going to fulfill it.
No, I don't have a
Do whatever you
problem.
gotta do.
I don't have a problem with it. That's why
Is it a
we're,
union obligation?
that's why we
I like
made,
it.
that's why we made the motion and seconded it. We're discussing it.
Is that a union obligation?
There are
Because the-
certain items within
This-
here that are union
Yeah.
required.
Okay, can you define them then, please?
It would be the safety boots, the uniform pants,
Okay,
and then the shirts we do so people can recognize the employees when they're out and about.
the shirts, okay.
So I have a
Those-
question.
So 24, that's $3,000.
So I have a question on that. With everything that's gone up in society with prices and stuff, have you had things for safety equipment go up in general? Like, are you seeing some of those safety goggles and boots and everything priced at a higher rate
Yes.
than what we saw for the last 5 years?
Yes.
I think if you look across the budgets for other departments, set aside fire and police, because they're highly specialized, you'll see that safety equipment costs are going up.
Well, in the interest of the discussion, I am going to withdraw my second, because now that we've defined the contracted items, which amount to $3,000 out of that total, rather obviously, if we reduce it to what you want to reduce it, that's not going to work.
Okay, does anyone else want a second? Seeing none, the motion fails. 700 series.
The 710 land improvements,
Okay.
it's a significant reduction of the 5-year average, so is there a story there, the reason?
For the land improvements,
Yeah, 710, so 5-year average is 6231, and it's at 2,500.
but I think, would you say that 740 was lower? Because I think we originally had moved some stuff around before after the 2023 budget to try to get it in the right pockets. That's the Arbor Day, and the trail maintenance stuff we do. So that's typically.
So it's not a reduction in services, it's
No.
it's covered otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? Any questions concerning Parks and Rec maintenance? Seeing none, we'll move on to beaches.
Next budget is beaches, proposed budget $94,840, decrease from 2025. Approved budget of $31,007, or negative 24.6%.
Okay. $100 series.
Gotta ask. Gonna ask every time. The wages for lifeguards on Cary Beach and Albany Beach. Are we bringing lifeguards back on those beaches, or are we sticking with the gate
Attendance.
attendance?
So I think the problem we're having is finding lifeguards. As much as I'd love to guard every beach, it's just impossible. We did, in previous years, had an aquatics director who could actually certify lifeguards,
Yeah.
and even that was it was hard to do, just because we didn't have a depth of a pool to do it. Currently, we don't have someone who can certify lifeguards, but even this year, it's difficult even to lifeguard at Brewster Beach. What we try to do, we do our best, because that's part of the lease with them, is to have lifeguards, so we try to do our best with lifeguards. We also still offer swim lessons, so we need lifeguards for that. And then when day camp goes to Cary Beach, we typically have a lifeguard on duty for that day. You'll find that with every rec department, lifeguards are, a lot of people can't get them, unfortunately.
And then one more question, the swim team.
Swim team, so I did, for the lifeguards, we have been having difficulty getting enough for the swim team, but with lessons, we're hoping that we can offer it, but instead of just having it set aside with a swim coach, I figured within the lifeguards, we'd be able to offer that swim team.
Okay.
And then with if they do the special swim meet or whatever, it would be, like through the revolving, where it would be money in, money out, so if they wanted to go to that meet, we would do it that way for the extra fee.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to 200 series. 300.
341, Jim, that doesn't go under the IT?
This one doesn't, because it's actually a camera that we required with the lease with Brewster. So it's cameras at the beach. So it was my understanding that most things that went under IT were phones that were connected through the system, and this isn't one of them.
Okay, I thought this was the Atlantic broadband internet, like the internet for the
Well, it's
cameras.
just for the cameras, yes.
Okay.
Do we have cameras at all the beaches?
No, just at Brewster.
Brewster. Okay, 400.
And then Fossfield too.
Correct.
Yeah.
400 series.
410, 412, and 413 is all reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, how do we do that?
So remember, we're going back to 2023, right? This is the 2023, and I noticed the way it was configured was off, and so this is in line with what I'm currently being charged. So.
Okay. And then 431, the dock installation.
That's for, so even though we don't, like when we do swim team, we use the docks, but we're finding with the lessons, they needed the docks as well, just to do their dives and whatever they needed to do, so that's to put that in. We have tried it with our own staff. It has proven to be difficult, so we usually have to hire a company to help our staff do it.
I'll set it to 400. Okay, let's move on to the 500 series. The 600. $700.
So the American Red Cross facility,
Mm-hmm.
do we still need to pay for that?
Yeah, that's for swim lessons. In order for us to run our swim lessons, we have to pay that fee.
Okay.
But you don't do swim lessons.
We do swim lessons, we don't do swim team right now.
What's the difference?
600, 700. 800. Christine, do we still pay for the lifeguard certification? You guys don't want to come to work, or people don't want to work?
We do, we reimburse if we can
Okay.
get them, yes.
John, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just a general question. The bathhouse at Albee Beach, are the showers used in there?
There's
And you keep the
outside,
water on?
we do for the outside showers, yes, there's outside showers.
So the inside is just for,
It's
use
just,
of
it's
the
changing rooms
toilet.
and bathrooms.
yeah, okay.
They're shut down now, though. They're shut down for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, your next budget, I believe, is Abenaki? Right, correct? 2026 Abenaki proposed budget, $179,426, an increase over 2025 of $9,961, or 5.9%. This is where you'll see an offset in reduction in the labor line for what used to be Chuck's salary when he was divided between Pop Whalen and Abenaki.
Thank you, Jim.
So can I ask a question about that? So would it make sense to, am I correct that Bo is the overseeing that? So does it make sense to put a portion of his salary in that, or is it just cleaner the way it is now?
I believe it's cleaner the way it is right now, because it all falls within the general fund. So I don't think we need to break it out because of that.
Okay.
Okay, 100 series. $200. $300.
380. A couple questions. The ski area maintenance, is that just nebulous
General.
maintenance?
Yep.
Okay.
Maintenance.
The compressor that we have for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
is there really not a compressor in the town's arsenal to borrow? Or what specifically is it for 2 weeks?
It's for snowmaking. We have that compressor in the compressor building, but we rent that second compressor, which allows us to run more guns and blow more snow in a shorter amount of time.
And we can't borrow one from another department to save?
I don't believe any department
Has
in
a snow
town
gun compressor.
has one that we could use.
Okay.
We were lucky enough, Bradley's let us use theirs 2 years ago for the season. Then we had to pay for it last year, so we do have to rent that second compressor. Especially having the added cross-country snowmaking, it just allows us to blow more snow across, shorter period of time, more snow.
Okay. The Cintas inspection, is that just the exit signs and fire extinguishers is separate? So that's just the exit signs and emergency lights?
And they do the hood vent as well, correct, in the kitchen. Yep.
I noticed some items were moved from 433 and 435 into this, so that also contributes to the increase, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We tried to be, because we have so many budgets,
Yeah, right.
we tried to make it similar when it says outside services, so that's why you'll see that. And we tried to do that when 2023 was a default, so you're just seeing it again. Eventually, we'll be able to remove that, so it's all in one.
Once we get a budget
Yes,
passed, right,
yes.
at some point.
Right.
Okay. I think a lot of these things we're running into, John, that's kind of what we're faced with is the default budgets don't allow everything to be changed around like they should have been. So, anyway, thank you.
Okay.
There's some typos there, not to nitpick, but on
Yeah, the refrigeration. Yeah, that's fine.
Can I ask a vague question, just an overwhelming, with this new MOU that you're doing with AOC,
Yep.
how is this affecting this Abenaki budget, or is it affecting it in any way? Are they taking, like, they do all the ski lessons now, you guys don't do the lessons anymore, and that stuff, so is there a reduction in this budget to offset that we have a nonprofit taking over some of the jobs that we used to, the programs we used to run?
We haven't done lessons for as long as I've been here. So I don't believe it has any impact on the budget. Pearl?
Right.
Okay, and
Yeah,
I
'cause we
haven't,
took that out.
Jim, did you get my email today asking for a copy of the?
Yes, I did, actually.
Okay,
Forgot all about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
if
I
I-
will forward that off to you tomorrow.
that would be great, thank you. You probably want to send it, Justin's on this committee too.
Okay.
So Justin, do you want that
Yeah, and
MOU
just so
also?
you- and I meant to send it, it's at lawyer for review right
That-
now, so that's why it's not on tomorrow's agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
bronze maintenance, we're selling for 400. So 431 is a pretty significant reduction. Is there anything that we're not doing that needs to be done? Or?
Oh, that was the terrain.
They removed the terrain park feature maintenance. That was something that I added to the budget this season. As our terrain park gets bigger and better, bigger from a standpoint not large in size, but the elements that we've been able to acquire, whether it be from donations or that have been purchased by us, just requires maintenance from time to time. There's plastic that can break and shatter in cold weather, so having that on hand to replace, so we don't have to pull that element off the ski hill.
So you feel like the new number, the budgeted amount is enough for what you need for the season?
I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like to have that money there, but we'll make it work.
Okay.
I've had a conversation between the Friends of Abenaki and the Outing Club. They're willing to help out if needed.
Okay.
Okay, we're all set on the 400 series.
One more thing.
Let's move on to 500.
Wait, one more
I'm
thing.
sorry.
The rope tow, is that, did I hear rumors that that's gonna be changing from an engine to something else, or is that?
We received a donation from the Friends of Abenaki a few weeks ago, probably about 6 weeks ago, for $34,000 to run three-phase power to the top of the mountain, so we could eventually transition from the old 1970s Wisconsin motor that we have up there to a fully electric motor. So that portion of the project is complete.
Not the motor.
The motor itself, we're still working with engineers to make sure we are speccing for the right size that can handle the load that goes onto the road.
Okay.
And they'll be delivering, when they do, and they're not that expensive. I think they're only, don't misquote me, I think it's like $6,000 a piece or less. So they say they're gonna, bless you, they say they're gonna be supplying 2 electric motors as a donation, so that if one motor fails, they can plug and play with a new motor.
And does the rope that we just replaced, does that work
Yes.
with this new system?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
that's nice.
It will be quieter, it will be more linear, it will be easier for the kids to use, there'll be no exhaust, it will be much less expensive,
Easier for staff,
easier for
because that old
staff.
motor does take some hard work and to get it going.
Is
And
this getting engineered?
through Elevation Engineering Company.
So it will be more.
Alex Hunt's been working with them, and
It'll be
been
just
troubleshooting.
turn on a switch and away it goes.
Yep.
Now, can I just ask a quick question?
Uh-huh.
And I know in the select board meeting, you guys had talked about Barry and his department does not have the skills to get up there, put it in
Correct.
and everything else. But they will be, after it's in, will we have to contract out for a different electrical department if something needs to be repaired, or will our,
We already do. The lines going up there right now, even the old lines, were maintained by an outside contractor.
Okay.
We do not have the equipment to go up a hill
Up a hill.
to that extent.
Okay.
And you need a certain kind of very specialized piece of equipment to do that.
okay,
So that's who we will be using.
okay.
So
If you
Bobby,
were-
you'll
if
be
you were on the
a,
CIP committee, you would have seen that piece of equipment,
there'll be
right?
there is a demarcation point. You go up to the, you go up to the facility, there's a demarc where Barry ends and somebody else begins,
Okay,
right? And it's a fused demarcation point. There will be an MOU with MED.
okay,
When this is all done. MED doesn't have the capacity to climb a pole that high, nor do they want to.
okay,
There'll be an agreement for somebody else to provide it. It's been identified, and to answer your question, it has been engineered. The question on the motor really is, how many horsepower and how much lugging can this thing do? It's been going back and forth with engineers for a bit. So, we're waiting for Alex. We'll have a meeting with the Friends.
24th.
Yeah, we'll figure all that out.
okay.
But the poles are up, the Hendrix system is up, the fusing system is up.
Nice.
There had to be a couple of trees limbed, that's done. We're just waiting for the motor installed, and we'll get an MOU out of MED.
That's very likely to happen for next season,
Okay,
just so you're aware.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you to the Friends of Abenaki.
Excellent.
Donation. Okay, 600, 700, excuse me, 800. Guess we can move on, we're all set on that. Hockey rink?
Hockey arena.
I know
So,
you want-
the hockey arena budget, this is an area that the Board of Selectmen cut $40,000 from. We will have to adjust our revenues and sell more ice, but this budget has gone from $100,448 to $69,790, a reduction of $30,000. No, excuse me, a reduction of $40,000. I'm not sure why it's reading 30 and some change, but it's a reduction of 40,000.
So my question that I always ask, what was the revenue based on what the town paid to reserve this ice time? What were our exact revenues now?
Year to date.
What are we expected, I guess?
So we, with
I mean, we're
this-
getting close.
Yeah, so with this, I mean, we have to sit down, we haven't even got to the revenue side of the budget yet.
Okay,
So we've got to in the next 2 weeks, sit down and go over the revenue side of the house so that we can get that ready and in front of you for conversation. But the takeaway is we're gonna have to sell more ice, and we're gonna have to sell more banners, and greater utilization of the arena.
Okay, and what was the final revenue number for '24?
$475,912, roughly speaking.
Say that again.
475,912.
No, for the ice time that we
Oh,
rented.
I'm sorry. I only have the gross revenues.
Yeah, I would like to.
She's specifically, I think Bobby's specifically looking for the town, for this year, bought $109,000
Correct.
worth of ice.
Yes.
And she wants to know, out of that $109,000 worth of ice, what were the revenues that we took in? And it would be for stick and puck and public skate.
Public skate.
And I don't know if there's any
That's it.
any concessions with that.
No.
That would be,
No.
that's separate.
It's just,
That's
so
separate.
that's what you're looking for?
I am looking for that number, just
For
because this is.
2024 or
Tw-
2020?
25.
I'd like 24 to offset the number, and then 25, but you're not there yet. That's the
Right.
problem. I
Yeah.
mean, you still have
We're just
Santa
ramping up.
skates
People are ready
and-
to skate.
Yeah, I mean, you just are
Yeah.
startings, and I get that. So
Okay.
I'd like the 24 number, if possible.
If you had 20,
Thank you,
if
sir.
you had 25 year to date, and we knew what happened last fall in 24, you can probably get a
Right.
good guess for 25.
Yeah. Are you finding the stick time and the skate opening early
Stick is definitely
up?
Very
That's good.
popular. We have a very active senior men's league, that senior men's group that comes
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Public, I really find it's usually around Thanksgiving is when
Yeah.
people are ready to start skating. People are coming, but it hasn't been as, like, we're talking about usually have 50 to 100 people on the ice. So
Okay.
usually we see that during the Thanksgiving
Okay.
break, and then every weekend after that.
Okay.
So.
So the 24 ice rentals,
Yep.
year-to-date for 24 was 179, 122.
So let's do a build-up
That's
on
the
that. It
rentals.
was 179,
That's
122.
She wants.
Is that on a 109 donation from the town? Is that how you calculate it?
So that includes the 105, though, that came for the locker rooms. Are you just looking purely at the revenue?
Revenue, yes.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking just for
those-
the specific revenue for stick
on the
time
Stick.
and public skate.
Oh.
It's usually around
I think it's the
24,000.
winter programs line.
Oh, because the winter programs
Yeah.
line is 45,760.
Oh, that's higher than normal, because usually it's about 24. So it was
Yeah.
about 45.
Yep,
That's
45,000.
excellent.
That was better.
Good growth.
That was much better for 24.
To,
Okay.
to rewind it, I'm sorry. How many kids usually do these swim lessons at Brewster Beach, or is it Cary Beach? Brewster Beach.
Yeah, you think we had rolled through there? Between around 60-ish, I would say.
Is how
We
many-
have a lot of classes. I'd have to check for the enrollment, but we do 3 sessions per 3 levels per set. It's like 3 time slots per session, and it's
Okay.
3 sessions. And it's 2-week-long sessions, and we
Alright.
do 3 2-week-long sessions.
About 60 kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
around 60.
That's good. Okay, sorry about that.
Could
What
be
do
a
you-
little more. I have to check the numbers for that.
What do you think the revenue is going to be for stick time? You think the increased revenue you're going to get?
Just do an estimate.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. to be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get.
I mean, I
get
do
those-
feel like we have a very consistent, regular group, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And you didn't have that before?
No, not for that, the daytime, like you usually have it on
Yeah.
the weekends and stuff,
Yeah.
but for that daytime slot, we're seeing between 20 to 25 people
Oh, wow.
on
It's
Monday,
grown.
Wednesday, Friday.
Oh,
That
good.
group has grown in the
Okay.
last year or two.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
We actually got a couple private rentals, I think, because of that
Okay.
group doing their own thing.
Okay.
Christine, where's that $40,000 cut gonna come out of? Out of what programs or whatever?
Well, it's gonna be public and stick practices, right? And from there, we'll have to look at the
40,000
hours.
reduction, John? Is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
I was wondering where she's gonna take it from.
So we're gonna have to sell more
Yeah.
ice
Okay,
to other entities.
Right.
okay.
Well, there's 2 answers to that. You sell more ice. If you don't, it's coming out of the unrestricted fund balance. That's how it works.
So this basically goes into enterprise fund. It's our town buying
Right.
I know.
into the enterprise fund.
I know what it is,
Yeah.
Bob.
If you sell more ice, that $40,000 becomes pardon the sexist, a good guy. If you don't sell more ice and you
Yeah.
just expand the operating loss, it just goes into the unrestricted fund balance and gets
Yeah.
covered there.
I didn't even see that.
We need another curling league.
Okay, we all set with
You're
Lucky
not
Wing?
You gotta
kidding.
get out there and start.
The rec deck software, whatever
Yes.
it's called, all revenue from the rent goes through that software.
Yes, all the revenue for all of our stuff goes through that software.
Okay, well, Lucky Wing, let's move on. Programs,
Parks Programs, 2026 proposed budget, $116,445, a decrease from the 2025 approved budget of $26,940, or a reduction of 18.8%.
Okay, so I do have a question about salaries. Should these salaries be in the administration side of it? Or if we're leaving them here, then what are the programs that the current full-time staff are doing that their percentage should be put into programs then? Like, what are your programs you're offering that, like you're running or Bo's running, that your salary then should be part of programs?
I mean, we're overseeing all of it. I think right here you have a day camp director. That's somebody who's there just focusing on day camp.
That's right. When are you, so I guess, let me ask it in a different way.
Okay.
When you're face to face with the citizens, then you're actually providing like a direct program to them. At that point, should then your salaries come into this program section?
I mean,
I see what she's going.
I think it's all coming out of the general fund. I think it would be difficult to say, well, I had 4 hours doing seniors over here, and now I was 2 hours over here at a budget meeting, and then I was 6 hours over here at swim lessons helping do stuff. So I think it's my understanding it's under the admin budget, but I'm wherever I'm needed at any time doing whatever.
I get that for
Yeah.
you stepping in oversee, but you have 4 full-time staff who are, including yourself, who are
Right.
recreation, and that's not including Brian.
Right.
When you're face to face and you're actually running a program for the town,
Uh-huh.
like are you running stuff on the hill now, Bo, where you're face to face running programs? Not just taking tickets or being on the hill, like do you have actual programs you're running, like a daycare? Like we used to run our soccer, or we used to run other programs. What are the,
I mean, I've done track and field, I've done soccer.
okay, so
Yeah.
that's great. So track and field, should that then, just so we can start seeing what our employees are doing based on the programs we're providing?
I guess I don't understand the question. So you want us to
Allocation.
like say it's, I think because it's all under the general budget, we don't necessarily do that. Like for Pop Whalen, for instance, Pop Whalen, when we have our maintenance person, it's half maintenance, which is the general budget,
Yep.
and then half Pop Whalen that it's enterprise.
Yep.
But for all these other ones, it's just the general budget. So I think it's
Okay.
all encumbered, right?
And then-
Yeah, I mean, I think if the only way we could really do that would be to ask Christine over a 12-month period to track the number of hours she works at specific functions within the programs to say, okay, this is where it's broken out into this percentage. Is it negligible? Or do we take an action from that point to break her salary up? I know I think Sam will sit here from a bookkeeping standpoint. In payroll, it would be a nightmare.
The more
Yeah.
lines you spread
Yep,
somebody out.
no, I get that. Yep.
It does get complex.
You got healthcare and you got.
Mr. Chairman?
And I don't think
Can I
any
ask,
salary.
Bobby, so is the question you're asking, are we allocating the costs of properly? Are we getting a right bang for the program buck? Which one of the two is
A
it?
little bit of both.
Well, let's
So
try
I
to
guess
start
this,
with one.
I
Let's
guess,
start with one and see if we
yeah.
can figure it out.
So I guess this would lead into a question of, I guess I'm curious if we looked at 2010, 2015, 2020, and now 2025. And we took those years and we looked at the total salaries we had in each of those 4 years. And then we looked at the programs we ran in each of those years. So as we have increased full-time employees in the recreation department, are we getting more programs and more for our citizens, or as the department has grown, are we having fewer programs? Like, I'm seeing salaries go up, but we don't have a swim team. You know, we're not running some of our same soccer programs. We might not be running some of our other same programs. So I'm just,
So that doesn't have to do with the employees, that has to do with the participants. So I will say, most rec departments you'll talk to, after 2020, remember, we were shut down and we lost all of the kids.
well, that's why I'd like
we're
a
rebuilding.
2025.
So I would say we are rebuilding. This is probably, I would say, the most swim we've had since COVID. Like,
That's
we're
great.
now seeing, like, I'm seeing prior to COVID now, things that we have wait lists now, and more,
Yep.
we've had the most employees for summer camp and
Great.
for gate attendance that we've ever had. I think we're taking the turning point, but we have shifted. Yes, we don't offer a swim team, but we're trying to grow that swim lesson so we can offer
Okay.
swim team. We now do seniors, which we didn't do before.
which is
We
great.
offered pickleball because that was popular, so we've been doing lessons for that. So I think with recreation, you have to be able to, you know, go with the times of
Yep.
something offering.
Yep.
And we do have, like, most things you see in here in the programs are, this is what's coming out of this budget, but we also have the revolving that we might offer a program that doesn't necessarily hit our budget, but we're running something and then it's money in, money out.
Okay.
I'd
So-
also say with our soccer program, you know, we run 2 sessions in the spring and in the
Yeah.
fall. We lost our 5th and 6th grade travel team over time due to a drop in enrollment, also because we had the Northern New England Soccer Club that
Yeah.
came in that operated out of the NIC, who was also operating out of
Yeah.
the camp school.
Yeah.
Took a lot of our kids from our program for kids who would want to play soccer more competitively, and they had soccer practice 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That program has now since sort of vanished, and we are seeing a lot of those kids come
Come
back.
back to soccer. Well, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for the non-competitive kids. So I guess that sticks with my, I'd like to ask for 2010, 2015, 2020, and 2025. And I'd like the salaries, the employee salaries of part-time, full-time, breakdown. And you don't have to do maintenance, just, I just,
Programs?
just the overall administrative and the programs, since I mean, I think it would be good to look at where this budget has gone with what we're offering. Like you said, our seniors are increasing, and that's great. And, you know, I'm a big proponent, you know, of taking the railroad station and turning that into a permanent senior center, especially while we redo the, community center while that comes back online for us.
But not to create too much staff work for Christine and team. You're asking for the numerator. The numerator is what's the cost over time?
Yes.
Broken down by however you want to denominate it.
Yeah.
And the denominator is activity. Am I getting more activity for more, pardon my business term, invested cost?
Yeah.
So I think the first part is easy. The second part, I think, is what you really are hunting on, or should be.
Well, I want to
shouldn't
see
say
what
should be, but the second part is what you really want to look at, right?
I want to see what our programs are and make sure that we're offering the same equivalent of programs. As I've watched some of them go away, I've watched our department grow. So I think for the citizens and just for some of the concerns of our citizens, that I want to be able to say, yeah, we lost swim team, but we added 10 senior citizens program because our town has gotten older, or we've added, you know, other things in other places. I think it's
I will also think, like, one of the things we need to remember is when COVID did happen, we didn't run programs, right? But what
I
we
get it.
did do is we had 2 facilities we were running that were pretty popular, and we found, wow, we really do spend a lot of time on facilities. So both facilities have grown, so I think there's a lot of help needed there. Like I I would say our winters are even busier than our summers, just because everyone over there and things we have.
Yeah, I mean, but we've
yeah.
added Brian, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
that I'm not even asking for the enterprise fund.
Right.
I'm leaving Brian out
Yeah.
of this. Brian
Yeah.
is completely out of this.
Mhm.
And so but there was a time when we had our own skate lessons, and now our own skate lessons are coming back, I hear, which is a great thing. And so I think it's just good to look at how many employees we have and what programs we're offering, because I do know, as someone who is, has constituents contact me, it's my job to ask these
Yeah,
questions, because
absolutely.
these are concerns of our citizens. So let's answer the concerns of our citizens and make sure that we're meeting the needs.
So 2010, 2015, and 2025?
Yeah, 2020, 2025, all of them, because then you get
2020 you said
then you
too?
get COVID in there.
2020?
Yeah, so then you get COVID in there, so we have the good look at how we ramped up again, and we saw 2010, 2015 first. That'd be great. And I know you have the old programs, right? So it should be
We saved some files from the old system, so I
Great.
could print those out.
perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I guess we can move on to 300 series. The police detail, what is that? How much are you paying for each guy?
It's $90 per hour times 2 officers for 4 hours. That's for the Granite Kid Triathlon. I'm sorry.
Okay. The cameras, they're not in this, are they?
I'm sorry.
Are the cameras?
They're under that telephone. That at 341. That's the internet over at the.
Those all
for the
hooked up,
cameras.
those record and at the PD and all that?
Yes.
Record the activities?
Yes. They can see it live.
Did you have some damage down there?
Yes.
How much was that?
I'd have to look. I sent an email to the police to give it off to the children, but we did have a problem down there, so we were getting the police somehow lost contact with the cameras, so now they're back on those cameras, and we did end up shutting the pavilion bathrooms early because of the damage. They were hanging down there, and then they just decided to be.
Was that like tens of thousands of dollars?
No, it was like a couple thousand probably.
Okay.
But it was enough to. We stopped it before it got worse.
Oh,
Let's just
excellent.
say that.
Okay, 400 series?
Okay, there it is.
Uh-oh.
The switch.
The switch.
Between 380 and
Oh, yeah.
435. Okay.
The rentals and leases, is that for the portable toilets for Mass Landing and
Yes.
Black Park and all that?
Yeah.
Uh, 600 series?
Can I just ask you a quick question about the Nick rental? Is that for track and field or?
And soccer.
And soccer.
And field hockey.
Oh, and field hockey, okay.
Okay. 800?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
please go back to 380 and 435, and the difference is 18,000, and it appears to be about 7,000 was transferred to 380. What happened to the $10,000.
When I originally had done this, we realized we had, I should have put it in beaches for the LB beach bathrooms, right? Yes, cleanings, yes. So it was divided between the
Oh, okay.
beaches line 380 and then this one.
Thank you.
Yes.
So just we're all set there, we'll move on to
Community center, $10,635, increase of 3,161, or 42.3%. Large portion of this is internet capability at that building that I believe has been there for 2 years now, but it got removed as part of the default budget. Is that correct, Christine?
Yes. And now, yes.
So can I ask a question? Is part of this budget will be going down a little bit for when the community center's closed? What's the plan of how long
I would
they'll
highly
work?
doubt that it'll go down, because they're still gonna have the electricity bills. And
Okay.
electricity will probably end up going up because of the construction taking place.
Okay,
Heating, I would anticipate we're still gonna run. Water might go down a little bit, sewer might go down a little bit, but that would be about it.
okay. And then how long is the community center gonna be planned to be offline? or-
We don't
know.
To be determined.
Okay,
And the internet will probably stay online because
Yeah.
we've had vandalism there. We'll probably want to camera the place inside and out.
okay,
We do have those there right now.
okay. And then when's your final? You have another select board meeting with Jordy and?
Not scheduled yet.
Not scheduled.
Yeah. He's saying in the next couple of weeks, he will have all his final quotes for construction, and then he's gonna come to us with a full package,
Okay.
and we'll have a discussion about it.
Okay, okay, and then I just have one question. Based on the needs of the seniors and stuff, are you giving Jordy input for how the building should be? The architecture should change in a different way inside, or is that all coming from the outside in with no, I mean, have you sat down and spoken with Jordy about what the real needs are moving forward for our seniors?
Not really.
Okay.
So he's basically given us a very open floor plan with a small heating kitchen similar to what's at the town hall. Probably not the same amount of square footage as the town hall's kitchen, and one bathroom facility, I believe that's it, and I believe that is to comply with ADA rules.
Okay, and then you wanted a bigger kitchen in there to do cooking with seniors, is that true? Okay, okay.
Okay, 300 series, 400 series.
Question.
Yes, sir.
435, building me. With all what's going on, or potentially going on over there, are you gonna be continuing to do this 52-week cleaning exercise?
No.
So,
Well, not until it's completed, so, yeah.
well, I mean, if all this renovation and stuff is going on, then rather obviously, the normal cleaning thing isn't gonna happen, correct?
Correct.
Subject to more clarity, the initial offer was that the building would be modified and ready for opening by when, Brian?
June. He's saying the end of June that he thinks he can get construction completed and done. He may be over optimistic, but
Maybe a
even-
little ambitious.
But if he gets there by August, there'll be the initial cleaning that we need of the building after the construction is done, and anything else that we need to do as we go.
So you guys feel like this $5,000 vis-a-vis what she requested of $3,400 is accurate?
I would say so.
Okay.
So this is where I ask a question. Should there be a warrant article on, not this year, maybe next year, for stoves and for other things you need? And should it be in the process of being discussed now?
That's all gonna be
With the-
donations. Everything is donations. The entire reconstruction of the building is gonna be donations. Heating,
No, new stoves and stuff for, like, the seniors want to cook and stuff I've heard you state in meetings.
You mean in the community center?
In the community center,
This is
like
all going to be
building.
donated. Everything is going to be donated. The whole kitchen, all the
There will
stoves.
be no commercial kitchen.
It's
and
not
that's the
gonna
way it's
be,
designed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think right.
This is what I'm asking right now, because if this is spoken about later, then it doesn't end up in the building. It's something that I think that needs to be discussed earlier if this is part of
I
the
think-
renovation.
From my understanding, this is a temporary fix. So for the future, if we wanted to connect another building or add to it, we could, but this is going to be what it is now.
Okay,
There's no upgrades. It's the same.
okay.
It's a build-in place with a good-sized refrigerator, a range with stovetop.
Okay.
So it's renovation furniture and fixtures,
Okay.
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, thank you.
Gutted, insulated,
Okay.
heated, air-conditioned,
I got you.
Okay.
new floors.
RFF,
Everything.
renovation furniture and fixtures.
Okay, 600, 700. Move on. Town docks.
So town docks, this is the same program we've been running. We did do a slight reduction here based on what we've been seeing of the averages over the past couple of years. So that's why you see the Board of Selectmen reduce that by $5,000. However, we did up a little bit for shirts for the staff that's down there. It seems like we are getting a little more diverse of a group who's doing it. So overall, the budget is $13,182, and it is a reduction of $4,800.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we pay our gate attendants $15 per hour, but we're still paying a rate of $38 per hour. And
Yeah, that's a good question. So what we do on that is, because there's a wide variety of union employees who are doing this, we do it at a stipend rate, which is the overtime rate, so that if somebody who is a brand-new employee is coming to do this, or somebody who's been here for 12 years is coming to do this, they're receiving the same rate of pay for the work.
Okay, I understand that.
so we're paying overtime rate for also then their pension and everything else.
Correct.
So we're really not looking at $38 an hour. So what, after we pay the pension at the higher rate and all those other fees, what does it really come out to per hour?
Well, I can get that calculation for you, I can run that and give you that number as to what the average hour rate is.
Because I mean, I think we have to be honest that when we have gate attendants at $15 an hour and we're, if this comes out to we're paying someone $50 an hour to tie a boat, then maybe we should be hiring people who can fulfill this role that aren't at that high pension
We
rate.
tried. We
Okay.
did try
Okay.
the first 2 years to get people to do this. It was advertised, and we got really no response.
And I appreciate that Bruce is down there, and I
Yep.
appreciate everybody who's down there doing that, because I think it does have an impact on our town.
It took $20,000 divided by 16 weeks, divided by 8 hours, divided by 3 people, and it comes to about $50-something dollars.
Yeah, that's what.
Add a third to compensation, and that's probably what you get for benefit salary.
I would say also, it is, believe it or not, a fairly physically grueling job. It can be very, very hot a lot of days, and if you've ever tried on a good stiff 25-mile-an-hour wind, grabbing a rope and pulling a 30-foot boat to a dock, it can be a grueling and arduous task.
Especially when I'm trying to park the boat.
I'm just as someone from the working class, I'm not making $50 an hour, but I'm paying taxes to pay someone $50 an hour to tie up their wealthy person boat on a dock at $50 per hour. And I'm here representing a lot of citizens, and I think it's just a good question to ask if this is an area where we might B, you know, maybe that $15 per hour, you know, dock attendant could be tying boats and not a $50 per hour person tying boats. And I appreciate that our employees are down there. I do appreciate that. You know, I think it's great. I think it's sad that employees would have to work overtime on their weekend to make up more of a salary. But it's a hard hit on some of the citizens in this town.
I'd like to address that. When David Ford was here and he proposed the extension of the docks.
Yeah.
And, what's his name? The other selectman that's gone now.
Luke.
What one?
Brad?
No.
Luke.
Luke came up with this idea.
Yeah.
And until like we've paid this salary for 20 years to equal what the docks extension would have been,
Yeah.
I don't think we got a complaint.
Okay.
By getting those dock hands to get those boats in and out quick and get them in and out quick without extending docks, the docks were being extended to take more boats.
Yeah.
People voted that down, the idea of this dock hand thing. So it would take a lot of years for $50 an hour to come to the total of.
Well, it's really $150 per hour. Because we have 3 of them. So it's really $150.
Well, nevertheless.
And I'm not against dock hands down there. I'm just saying, are we not actively?
It's very good salary, but
Okay.
and it's true. It's a lot of work pulling those boats around, but then it's well worth it. I mean, that was the idea of getting the dock hands. Otherwise, they could have come back the next year and say, "We're going to put a warrant article to extend the docks."
Yeah.
So we're ahead of the game by
Not
not
against dock
extending the
hands.
docks.
I think a lot of what I've heard from that program too is the people who are working it have like knowledge of the town. So
Yeah.
they really have helped like people who are new to the area explain like where to go, where to park. So I think there is a benefit to that.
Okay.
I'm not saying like sometimes you get what you pay for. Like as much as I'd love to
Yeah.
put a 15-year-old or one of my $15 people over there,
Yeah.
there are a lot of young children. Sometimes they can't talk to people. They're not going to be able to grab a boat. Somebody's not going to give a 16-year-old the rope to their boat and say, "Hey, help me park it." So I think that was part of it as well. Just from what I heard.
Also, and I'm just, if I may,
Certainly, Bob.
the boats and the face of our town are very important to the economy of the town, and whatever we gotta do to improve that and maintain it, we do it, period.
Can I ask a question of Jim? Just off the top of my head. Being the fact that we have these dock hands down there that assist not only for speed in and out, but safety, does that a benefit for our insurance on those docks down there? Do they know about the fact that we've got these people down there to assist?
Yeah, and ironically, when we spoke to our property and liability provider, it was kind of a scary conversation because they were asking a lot of questions that could have prompted, your people are doing what? So there is no reduction in our property and liability insurance. There was certainly some concerns about
Just keeping quiet about it so they don't up our insurance.
yeah.
The reverse could happen.
You're bringing a boat in that's under power with a naive operator that
Pull somebody out.
accidentally puts it in drive
And
and
an
smashes
employee
into
gets
another
hurt.
cart, and your guy's in between the boat and
Well,
the guy in front of it. Those are the kinds of questions.
Not
you
only
get.
that, but the guy pulls the boat in and
Right.
crashes it.
All of the above.
guy, yeah.
All of the above.
So we just keep quiet about it.
Okay, so my other question then would be the $11,000 that sits at the Chamber of Commerce then, that is to reach out to people coming to the town and talking. Should that budget be transferred over to here to help absorb this in some way? Because if you're telling me these are really the people who are talking to the people coming to our town, should maybe that funding go in here? Because it sounds like these are really our people extending the information to town.
So you're talking about the part-time employee that works for the information booth.
Yes.
I think that Where does that land?
It's
It
in your
lands in the
budget.
executive
It's
budget.
in your budget.
It's in the executive budget, I
Correct.
do believe.
$11,000,
Um,
$11,438, roughly speaking.
I mean, this lays it out very clearly that it's docks. I think that one lays it out clearly that it is for
Brochures.
handing out brochures and whatnot and providing information for the information booth at the
But
train station.
we're saying that a big part of what these people are doing is passing out information, giving information to the people who are coming to our town. Should we not be shifting some of those funds from that into here then to help support this, if that's why
If I
we're
can
saying?
just interrupt for a second. We've got to move on. If you want to do something, do a motion, get a second.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions.
There's nothing, we're
I'll
dealing with
wait
the
till we
budget.
get to the chamber.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, maybe you
I'll
take
wait
care
till,
of it on the other end.
I'll wait till the other end. Yep.
200 series, 600 series. Let's move on. Patriotic
Patriotic
Road.
purposes, proposed budget $8,690. Reduction from 2025 of $2,546, or reduction of 22.7%.
Question? Was this reduced or moved? Because I know the select board had spoken about that the Legion was, lifts the flag in the morning and puts it down and all those other things in the cemetery, right?
This is reduced. The conversation was about in 2027, making this an agency.
Okay.
But this was reduced, and the reduction was based on their expenditures year-to-date.
Okay.
Correct, Christine?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Really was.
Okay, we all set on 8:30, patriotic purposes?
What's the new
2027.
line, 8690 is the
Yep.
total?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Justin.
8690 is the new total from the select board. I think it's our 250th anniversary, and I don't know what I want to do, but I think, cutting patriotic purposes and our 250th anniversary, I mean, is that cutting out anything specific, or that's just a kitty to use for those purposes?
I think they've had a lot of transition over there, and they're trying to get some of their things organized. I think they will be fine
Okay.
with what that is.
Thank you.
And for the fireworks,
I agree with your point. The difficulty was that the run rate, the expenses were far below what the ask was, and it looked like it was a consistent running below rate. We didn't take the time to say, I wonder what they really need next year, and we didn't do that. But I think I'll rely on Christine to say I think they'll be fine.
It's a big outlier year.
I've been working
That's all I'm
closely with,
saying.
yeah, I've been working closely with them though, but I think they will be okay.
I'm glad you're
We've had
thinking of
some offerings of free bands and stuff, so I think they're gonna be good.
okay, Jim, can we move on to fireworks? please?
Fireworks budget, $20,000 increase in 2025 of $7,000 or 53.8%. This is really a lot of uncertainty right now. I'm not sure if Christine's got any updated information, but there was concern related to supply chain issues and tariffs when Christine was speaking with them.
Right. I did get a letter from them. There's just too much uncertainty, but they did say they could do a show for at least 20,000. As we get closer, they'll be able to see. They're just gonna charge us for what we're getting. They're not gonna upcharge us, but that was a safe number, so that's what we went with.
And this is 4th of July.
Correct.
4th of July, nothing else. 4th of July.
Any other questions on fireworks? Seeing none, let's move on.
Mr. Chair, could I ask a question about fireworks?
You can at the public session. Okay, but not right now.
Okay, no, I'll just ask it.
Yeah, thank you.
Clark Complex, budget $18,014, increase over 2025 of $5,322 or 41.9%.
Thank you, Jim. 300 series?
Question,
Yep.
341 and 380. Department head request was 0. Select board approved 2,380 and 1,230. What's going on here?
a zero.
Communications, internet and phone and outside services.
Yeah, that's for the alarm system over there, and the internet and the phone for them.
Okay, my question is, why did you not request anything?
I don't think she had that information when she came into me. So she had finished her budget,
Okay,
and then she came to me, and then that's when she had the numbers, I believe.
okay. All right,
Okay, excuse me, 400 series?
435, line 435.
Building maintenance?
Building maintenance, yeah. 5-year average is 6,700, and we got a 7,900 number in here. I would make a motion to reduce that number by $1,200.
Is there a second?
Yeah, they just did it. You can actually
Seeing none, the
reduce.
motion fails.
Okay.
So can I ask a question on that? That's the roof and the wall and the other things that need to be handled at,
Yes, actually, I did cross out, but I don't know if you have it in. Does it have the hydrostatic test every 5 years?
Yes.
That could be removed because we just did it this year, so you could take out the 1250. That was just
Want to try it again, Bob?
Resubmit my motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, the motion is to reduce line 435 by $1,250. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Bobby, to answer your question about the wall, that is going to, right now, it's gonna be considered as a standalone warrant article for some repairs for the, is it the schoolhouse, Christine? I can't
Yes,
keep
the
them
Schoolhouse,
straight.
the schoolhouse wall and sill, and
So that's gonna be a warrant article at this time,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we just don't want to get to the Libby point with
Agreed.
this building too.
so I have a question on the communications outside services for the 5-year averages, why they're all zero.
Because I don't think we had them, we didn't have
Correct.
internet, right, Christine?
Didn't we install them in '23, and then
I don't think so.
we had a default budget in '24, and haven't they been bouncing in and out?
I don't think so.
I would have to go back and look at those default budgets, I'm not
I don't think so.
sure.
I think they were there in 20. I'll
No.
just double check on this.
I guess that was where I was confused, because I'm looking at the 5-year thing, and both of those lines, all the way from 2020 all the way through, are zero, period.
Yeah.
I
Which is
think we
zero.
put night security on
The
there.
actuals
Night
in
security again,
24.
was that-
Okay, 600 series.
I just have one more question.
Yes,
I
sir.
apologize. But the change or the difference in internet and phone from building to building, is it different providers, different service levels? Like, what's the,
Yeah.
why is it all different? Just 'cause this is
Yeah,
the
that was
latest
a
and greatest?
different, yeah, no, that was a different,
First Light.
Are they First Light? Yeah, they're First Light. Unfortunately, I think that was one of the things to try to get everybody on the same cycle, but it's different buildings, different.
Okay, 800. Jim, do you know what the clock house takes in for revenue?
I
This
don't
says
know.
anything.
That's a fun time.
Income for 2020. This says, this is a note from them, it just says income for 2026, there's too many variables to predict income. In the past, the year's results generally balance well. In 2024, the operational income exceeded expenses by $14.91. The expected result for 2025 is not predictable as there are 3 weeks left in the public open season, so I'll have to check with them. But operation expenses that they do for 2025 is 17,200, and they request 4,500 from us.
Okay, thank you.
But we don't receive that revenue because we lease the building.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they have I don't know if you got a copy of this, but I can give it to you. It's,
Yeah, we did.
okay, it's all their supplies and everything.
Oh, yeah, I was like, we leased the building. Yeah.
Okay, we're all set at Black House. Let's move on to which one? Cemetery.
Cemetery is $18,797, a decrease from 2025 of $13,035, or reduction of 40.9%. A lot of this is related to cleaning of stones, correct, Christine?
Yeah.
And we've lost our stone cleaning company, haven't we?
Well, we had 2 part-time people that we were utilizing for that. So it's one of our goals to try to get people trained again and implement that program again, but we're not there yet, so.
Okay. $100 series. Excuse me, 200. $400. $600. And $700. Any more questions from cemeteries? Seeing none, let's move on to Hawk Whalen.
Top Whalen budget, $497,967, an increase over 2025 of $84,712, or 20%.
So we don't have Brian
We do
here?
not have Brian.
Should we wait to have Brian on this?
No, we probably should not.
Okay.
I'll be clear. Brian is going through some medical difficulties and is gonna be out for a little while, so, I don't know if he'll be back before his deliberations are done.
Okay, excuse me, 100 series. Jim, did he do all this stuff before?
Yeah, he did it, sitting with Christine, myself, and Sam.
Okay. 300 series. $400.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Lines 433 and 435. I'm looking at the department head's budget, 11,566 on line 433, and then the select board is at 22,210. Kind of the same thing for line 435 building maintenance. Department request was 10,285, and the select board put in 15,200. What's the issue there? Why the increase?
Is that the compressor water maintenance?
I'm not asking you.
No, I was asking Paul and Brian.
I'm just, if you don't mind. That's my question.
What was the line again?
433.
Well, it's 2 lines, but let's take 433 first. Machinery maintenance.
It's all about the same thing.
And there was the $10,000 was put in for chiller repairs. Yeah, that's what.
Just my question. I mean,
I don't-
what's the increase and where did it come from? Because,
Yeah.
according to the department manager, we want to know what the budget should be.
Right.
11,566, and all of a sudden. it
Yeah,
goes
I
to-
think what happened on this one is Brian was not up to speed on MuniSmart, and I ended up having to do the entry points into MuniSmart from the Excel spreadsheet for him. if you wanna have those as a revisit, Bob, we can do that, and we can get confirmation.
I think I would like to do a revisit on that, just to be sure
Yeah,
of what
that's
we're
fine.
doing. And the same thing for line 435.
433 and 435?
Correct, the two of them.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right, I'll set on the 400 series. 500 series. The ASCAP, how did you find out about that? Did someone come to you?
We've been doing it for years, so I've been here for 17 years, and it's something we've been doing. And
Yeah.
I think that ASCAP is the one we split with Town Hall in Abenaki.
Yeah.
It's split 3 ways.
ASCAP, that's a little bit.
Okay, on the 500 series, let's move on to the 600 series.
Line 638. Again,
So we're going back to the 2023 budget, which was before we had the propane, right? And so we have 5 tanks versus, yeah.
so it has
So,
to-
so,
it has-
the,
it has
so they
to-
didn't really know how to budget because the building it was only opened and it was off season, so,
That also have anything to do with the default budget?
right, because.
That's part of the
because-
issue.
Right,
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, excuse me, 700 series. $800.
It was a 2023 budget, that's what I remember, it was like walk around.
You want 800, John?
Yes, sir.
Line 850. Or 830, excuse me, programs.
So this one is, this is the one that Brian was starting to do more programs at Pop Whalen, so it proved that he needed to have, items in order to run those programs, so he didn't have a line for that, so that's why that was put in there. So he did like, when they were taking the ice out, they got to paint the ice. He did, skate with your dog with the American, Cancer Association. Or no, that was the Humane Society, sorry. So this budget didn't have anything for programs, and so he put it in there so he would be able to.
Okay, 900 series.
I guess, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
If I may. The backup to all this doesn't even show line 830.
Yeah, there's an entry error here. Can we revisit that, please? The
I
800
would like a
the
revisit on
800
that.
series is
I
all.
would like a revisit on that, please.
Okay, 30 programs. Okay, anything else with Pop Whalen? Okay. Now we can move to the Libby.
Okay, Libby budget, $27,830. The reduction did not calculate across, so I apologize for that. I'll try to answer questions that you have as we go through the budget.
It looks like MuniSmart's got a total of 4186 as a reduction. Would that be correct, Jim? The backup was a little messed up, but the MuniSmart thing that we generally work with shows a 41.85% reduction.
That would be correct.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Suzanne.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Since most likely it will be closed, why do we have a salary line And why do we have, I understand why we'd have electricity, if there's an alarm system there and so forth, but why do we have a salary in there? I mean, it's pretty obvious it's gonna be closed no matter what, no matter which way we go. It's either gonna disappear off the face of the earth, or it's gonna be closed. So, why a salary?
I think part of the salary conversation is what are we doing with the collection?
Correct.
And is this person qualified to figure out what to do with the collection?
Jim, if I may, yeah.
Our current museum curator is trained in museum operations. And I will leave it at that.
I think she went to that school down in Boston that has an H. I think she graduated with some kind of a
She did.
Harvard thing. I don't know whether that makes somebody qualified or not.
I believe the reason, if I remember correctly, and I remember watching the Board of Selectmen's meeting one night, and this came up for discussion, Suzanne, is that we were concerned about, the town was concerned about the storage of the exhibits.
Correct.
And who was going to have the expertise to oversee it.
Right.
And that is why I believe the salary number is in there, is so that we have somebody on board like the curator who has the big H on her.
Whatever the H means.
Whatever
right?
the H
So-
means, right?
Yep, so to the best of my recollection, we wanted to make sure that we could pay a staff member, whether it be that curator or another staff member, to be at the building when and if we have to hire someone to move collection, and when and if we have to hire somebody to look at condition of artifacts and everything like that. We wanted a staff member there to monitor so we know what's getting pulled out, how
Right.
it's getting pulled out, and where it's going.
That's correct.
Because we need a set of eyes on where those assets are going and what's happening to them.
That's correct.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And to your point, Suzanne, the need for internet access and that, I think we need to have some kind of security system down there.
I didn't question that.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, Suzanne? What is the Friends of the Libby? What do you feel you guys need as far as a staff in there? Or
Well, I can't answer for the Friends.
okay,
I think the Friends have qualified people that could do what they're talking about doing. It remains to be seen.
okay.
.400 series. We're not doing the elevator inspection, Jim.
That's right.
That's correct.
Why is that?
Nobody's in there.
Nobody's in there, and frankly, we cannot open the back door.
Springtime, when it dries out a little bit, you think?
We were not able to open the back door this summer long.
Really?
And we were in contact with the state, and they said, don't bother performing the inspection until you reopen.
Guess we get full hardened up the wall might come.
Well, hopefully with the wall being stabilized, that will now operate properly.
Excellent. 500 series. Well, there's really nothing. 600. And that's it. Any questions about the Libby? Can you just give me an update, Jim? What's going on with that? What are we doing?
With the Libby?
Yeah. What's the game plan?
I think the best way that I can answer that question right now is watch the Board of Selectmen's meeting Wednesday evening. I think that is probably at this point, that is the best way I can answer that question. We have gone out, we have tried to find successor trustees. We really have not had any luck. I've got one more entity that I've got to speak with to find out what their status is. But it does not look very promising related to successor trustees. So at this point, the board will go into a trustees meeting Wednesday night, and there'll be a couple of conversations is the right word.
So I would ask that perhaps we revisit this when we get more information.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Jim, you want to update folks on the bracing of the wall?
I don't have anything official from the contractor, so no. Not until I have something in writing from the contractor.
But they've been in the building.
They have been working diligently at stabilizing the north wall.
Stabilizing the north wall of the building, because the concern was that the wall was danger, whatever the right words are.
It was compromised.
Whatever the right words are.
That's a good word.
You don't want to go in there
Compromised is good.
and try to do chin-ups on the sill plates.
Okay, I guess we're all set with all the budgets we were going to look at tonight.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Yeah, thank you, Christine. You should have a new schedule. We've changed the December 4th. That's the tree festival over at the museum. There's going to be several people absent due to that. So we've changed that date. Next thing we have is the hopefully the final draft or the final copy of the proposed rules of procedure. Everyone have that in their packet, hopefully.
You're not with me?
Motion to officially accept those.
Second.
May I speak before you do?
No, we just made a motion to accept them. That's what we're here to do.
No, before we
on.
vote.
We have had all discussion we're gonna have on this thing. This is the night we vote on it.
Okay, so we've got a motion and seconded to accept the rules as written. Discussion?
Is the
No,
I'd like to hear what Bobby has to say, but I'm
More than welcome
inclined to
to.
adopt them as printed, but
Yeah, she's more than welcome. Go ahead, Bobby.
Page 3, number 8. The annual report, I'm not sure if this wording was our final wording, so I'm just asking a question. The annual report, an annual report shall be prepared describing the budget committee's activities for the fiscal year at the direction of the executive assistant. I thought that was supposed to be at the direction of the chair.
So the way that this is related to the town report, Amy, as the executive assistant to the select board and the town manager, issues out the parameters for the town report. So that's why it says executive assistant, I do believe.
It'll still get done by the chairman. Well, she'll send it to me, whoever the chairman is, right? Okay.
Well, this says shall be prepared, describing the budget by the, when we had spoken at our last meeting, I thought we changed that to chair.
well, the chairman on the ZBA and the planning board do it supposedly by themselves, ghostwriter or something, but I think as long as he verifies and puts his name at the bottom, that's fine.
At the September 19th meeting, there was never a motion. It was discussed, and it went back and forth a lot, but there was never a motion to change it. I rewatched the video.
Yeah, I'm asking a question.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just saying if there's gonna be a
Okay.
motion.
I just got some-
Anything else, Bobby?
Yes, on page 1, under B, number 1, officers, It just says, following the annual town meeting, okay, all officers shall be by a majority vote of those present. Is that correct? Because then, what if 4 people show up to that meeting? We don't even have a quorum at that point. So should that be the way it's written? There's another page that has it on it, where it,
Not to get into their business, but technically speaking, you can't conduct business if you don't have quorum.
so if
You
we
can't do
had,
that.
if we had 5 people show up, if
You
3
had
people
quorum, you
voted
can-
for that officer,
You can vote
that,
somebody, you can conduct business.
yeah.
But if you don't have a quorum, you can't conduct business.
So if we had only 5 people at that meeting and only 3 people
Yeah,
voted
no
for that
meeting.
officer?
Yeah.
No, if there's 5 people at the meeting and only 3 people voted for that officer, are we okay with that being the decision moving forward, that 3 people choose your officers? Just a question.
I guess the definition of a scheduled meeting is there a quorum present? And if there's a quorum present, whatever that quorum voted is
Okay.
it.
I would just, as a personal thing, as a select board member, if 4 members of the Board of Selectmen show up and they can conduct business.
Yep,
That means they can make motions, they
Yeah.
can do whatever they do.
yeah. 3?
We could even go to 3.
3?
3.
Yeah, 3. Okay,
So if 3 show up and 2 vote yes on something, it's a yes.
okay.
Yes.
Just because we worded it differently in a different section.
Anyone else have anything?
Still need to.
Move to accept as printed.
We got the motion.
It's already moved. It's already moved.
Yeah, this would
It's
be a
already
vote.
been moved and seconded.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't the second reading?
No,
Isn't
this
it?
is our final.
Is that fine? All set?
It's been moved and seconded.
It was moved and seconded.
Moved and
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, okay.
Leanne, can you do a roll call vote, please?
Yes.
Justin Brown.
Yes.
Bob Lohman, Bobby Bugman.
No.
Tom Bell.
Yes.
Suzanne Ryan,
Yes.
Ryan Shave.
Yes.
Claude Mulholland.
Yes.
And John McDonough.
Yes, please.
I don't even know how many there are here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 710.
So 1-0.
Paul,
Yes, sir.
can you just see if Charlene's out in the hallway
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, she wanted to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking to the recreation people.
You're up. Get in there.
Thank you.
You're out.
Time for public input.
Yeah, you gotta introduce yourself.
Thank you for the reminder. Hello, I'm Charlene Seibel. I think I got my question answered in my conversation with Bo and Christine. My question was, and I learned from them that you, Brian, do a fabulous light show with music for Lake Winnipesaukee Day. And I'm just, they're gonna be contacting you about my question, which is, have we looked into the cost of doing that kind of a presentation or a what's the word I'm looking for? Celebratory component of the 4th of July, as opposed to the polluting, loud, PTSD triggering, animal unfriendly fireworks that we have historically done, because so many people love fireworks, but a lot of towns have moved away from that. And especially since all of these are shot over the lake, and we're allegedly trying to protect our Wolfeboro waters, it seems to me that I don't know how much it costs you, but it seems to me that it might be significantly less than the $20,000 that's currently in the budget with the specific word fireworks. And so I'm just hoping that, in a way to save some money and also be kinder to a number of our citizens and kinder to our lakes, if we could at least consider, exploring that as an option.
So you can reach out to me
Mhm.
personally if you want, and we can discuss that.
Okay,
Okay?
okay, thank you. That was
Any
it.
other public input? Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
Just as a kind reminder, our next meeting is Thursday, November 20th, and it's at the Public Safety Building. It won't be here. Jim, how do we get into that place? Front door?
Just walk in the front
Front
door.
door.
Got the front door.
Should we still park in the library parking lot and walk across, or is there not enough
Just park in front of the
Should
firehouse
be able to
base.
park in front of, there should be enough parking, I would think.
Okay.
Actually, we can park in front of the ambulance bay, there's nothing going on there.
Park in front of the ambulance.
And we'll be looking at the ambulance service, fire and rescue, emergency management, the public safety building, and the capital outlay, and then we're also going to approve some minutes. Does anyone else have anything else?
John, 2 items for
Yes,
that.
sir.
I will give a quick presentation that I handed out tonight.
Okay.
That evening, and I will also have a draft letter for you regarding RSA 3211, the over expenditure. I will have a draft letter for you guys to review, no action required. It will be just a handout and a conversation
Okay.
related to the healthcare surcharge.
School trustee.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Just a question, have we had any indication from the state of New Hampshire about the tax rate, or is that still,
Still working on it.
when do we think?
We're in a queue right now with the Department of Revenue, so we've submitted our forms. As of late last week, the school department still hadn't submitted what they need yet.
Oh, okay.
Once everything's submitted, we'll get moved towards the top of the queue, and our representative from the DRA will give me a call. We'll review the list together, and then a tax rate will be set.
And the school board is still struggling with the insurance thing too, or is that holding it up?
Don't know
or-
the answer to that.
Don't know the
I
answer to
do.
that.
I know the answer to it. Yes, they are. Big time. My better half is an attorney for the school board.
Oh, my God.
And that's all he can say about that.
Don't we both know that, Shirley?
Okay, if no one has anything else.
Yes, I do have one other
Yes, sir.
thing. Where was I? Because I don't. I did have something, but now it's totally went out of my head. We'll deal with it tomorrow, if I can remember it.
Thursday.
Or Thursday. That's part of my.
You tell me
problem.
Anything else by anybody?
Move to adjourn.
And a second, please. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.